What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. They'll ride the hot hand. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. To throw, it's Jarvis. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Punt is on its way. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Wolfpack offense comes out, and they'll go on the attack for the first time today. And, guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability.
There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Grimes. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
To the air, it's Bailey. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Moving out of the pocket. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
To the air on first down. A little screen to the running back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Line getting set on second down. To the ground with the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs, desperate for a third down stop. Dropping back, it's Jarvis. Quarterback now breaking the field. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the first down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs it and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice third down conversion by the quarterback.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'll line up for a second down play. To the air, it's Jarvis. The sure hands, it's Strickland. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Rush is on him. Grab near the marker. It's Williamson. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And into the end zone for a touchdown. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They marched 78 yards down the field, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Smothers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. NC State has work to do to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's reeled in, it's Anderson. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Simple call, excellent execution, moves the sticks on 3rd down.
These QBs and receivers, man, they run this route in practice thousands of times. So it's nice to see them come out here and execute it in game conditions. Great job with the timing, great job with the depth and the route. Nice work between those two.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Wants to throw. It's Bailey. It's complete on the right side. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
The Wolfpack line up facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Smothers. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina State! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half, and now you got a chance to tie this football game up.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And he made the extra point without problem. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake. He's got the tight end. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas in Carter Finley Stadium.
We've got a good one going here in the third quarter, all tied up as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The play action fake. Fires to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. Unloads quickly. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football, because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Wants to throw it. Throws for the tight end. It's caught downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's Bailey. Oh, they're after him. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And the defense comes up with the sacks. And this defense has been dialed in all day. Really, really good job. This offense is going to have to find something different, do something to try to stretch this D and make them feel uncomfortable.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. A full dive to haul that one in.
All right, defense, I don't know what you're drawing up, but that wasn't it, okay? Wide open wide receivers, miscommunication, whatever it was, got to get that fixed.
NC State started this drive with terrible field position, but now a little room to operate. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 85 yards, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Jarvis. Here's a heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game, and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. On the ground, it's Smothers. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. This quarterback part of their running game. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Jarvis. Dances away to buy time. Knocked off his feet.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on 3rd down. Setting up the screen. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
They punted away on 4th down. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Sends it downfield. Snags it at the 30 and still running. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Quick release on the RPO. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
The give as they work on that clock. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, NC State!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Tyson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. To the air, it's Jarvis. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that 6th sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, there have been way too many incompletions for this offense in this game. It's a big reason why they're trailing, obviously. They've never been able to get into a rhythm, and at this juncture here on a 2-minute situation in your own end, you got to find ways to start throwing completions somewhere out on the field to get back in this game.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions. He lofts one down the sideline. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll run it from the gun. Makes a man miss. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Finds his big tight end. It's a seam wide open. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.